Welcome back to Bookmas Day 4. Welcome to Bookmas Day 4. Bookmas Day 4. Ooh. Whoa. Let's not do that again. I'm easily influenced. Nice to meet you. So, I realized this year a lot of the habits and things that I've done have only been because I've seen other people do them. So, in 2025, there are just a few bookish habits I will not be taking with me. The first bookish thing I'm leaving behind is not DNFing. I will be DNFing hard in 2025. If I'm not enjoying the book, I don't like the character, they say something that skeeves me out, I'm not feeling the vibes, you are not getting read. I spent so much time this year suffering through books just to get to the end so I could leave a review when that is the review. I didn't like it enough to want to finish it. So in 2025, DNFs are coming strong. I'm obviously not going to just DNF for the sake of DNFing, but if I'm not enjoying it, and reading to me is all about that, enjoying it, getting immersed into whatever I'm reading, if I don't feel that within, I want to give it about 30 to 50%, then I'm going to DNF it. Also, I'm not going to read a book that someone tells me that I have to read 50% of in order for it to start getting good, because again, why do I have to wait so long for it to get good? Why can't we start off with the bang? I don't understand. So no more not DNFing in 2025. Let's talk about tropes that will get you DNF. The first trope, cheating. You cheat, I am going to cheat on you too and not finish the book. Because I cannot stand a cheater. There is nothing you can say to make a cheat worthy to me. If you loved him, you wouldn't have did it. Cheating, no. Next, using the word core to describe the feminine region.
Brother, ugh.
I am so sick of reading about their core. The only core I want to think about is the earth and apples. So no, you don't have a core, ma'am. You have a vagina. Another word to go along with that is clenching. That word makes me clench and I don't like it. Please stop using it. I will DNF. Another book trope, so to speak, is she's such a small girl, he's such a big guy. So let me start off by saying, not if it's done tastefully, let me say that. But sometimes I want to say The Hating Game is a good example of this, where everything was so tiny. She's so tiny, 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 tiny. And I was just like, okay, she's tiny. We get it. There's ways to do it that are tasteful, and then there's ways to do it where it keeps getting thrown in your face, where you're just like, stop it. And that will get you DNF'd. Also, another thing, weak female main characters, weak men, people that don't stand up for themselves. I can deal with a little bit of family dynamic and a little bit of hardships and everything, but someone that is just completely getting rolled over and has no respect for themselves, and it's to the point where you are rolling your eyes every time they speak, DNF. And last but not least, not like other girls. Please stop. You can be quirky, you can be weird, you can be any kind of person you want to be, but to try to make it seem like that's a character trait is not to be like other girls. Please, please leave it in 2024, because I will be leaving the book if you put it in 2025. Okay. Next is monthly TBRs. No, thank you. I am a mood reader. I have tried to make TBR games. I have tried to use ornaments to choose my TBRs. I have tried all these things. And ask me if I did it. Ask me if I did it. Ask me if any of the books that I had to pick I read. No. Because the next month, did you see a wrap-up? No. Why did you see a wrap-up? Because I didn't want to get called out for having that entire thing picked out and I didn't read not one book on it. So, to save myself some time and energy, I'm just not going to make TBRs. I'm just going to read what I want to read that month, whether it be 14 books, whether it be 3. Reading is supposed to be fun. It shouldn't feel stressful. It shouldn't feel forced. And that's when I think you get in those reading slumps, is when you force it. Next, I'm sorry to every author out there. If you put a sticker on a book and I can't get it off, let me say it again for the authors in the back. You put a sticker on a book, I can't get it off, I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. Because what if it's my most favoritist book of the entire book world and I want to display it on my shelf face out. And you're telling me I gotta look at a sticker because you have a Netflix series coming? No. No. I will not be buying anything with a sticker on it. So you better not put one. Next is I'm not going to have reading goal expectations next year. There are a lot of people that I've seen, especially in the book community, where their goal is 100 to 200 books. I physically and mentally would be exhausted by the end of the year. I'm gonna set a goal, but I'm not going to care about the goal. I'm not going to obsess about it because that also causes a lot of mental strain trying to get to that goal when I could just be relaxing and enjoying the book. Another bookish thing that I will be leaving in 2024 and not bringing into 2025 is facing your books away from the camera where you can only see the white of it. Why do we do that? I get it to draw people in so they know what's going on, but if I go into a video and I see none of the books are what I want to read, I'm not gonna finish your video. So if I'm facing the books towards you and you can see what I'm talking about, then you can get book recommendations. You'll know if there's a book and you can see if I have a similar opinion or a different opinion. I just think, what's the point? What's the point of hiding the books away? I will not be doing that in 2025. You will know every book for the most part that will be in that video, and that's that. Something I will stop doing in 2025 is I will not be going on Goodreads until I've read the book. Only thing I will be going on Goodreads for is to update it. I will not read any reviews. I will not read anything. I've realized as I've been reading, those thoughts get stuck in my head, and then my opinion on the book is swayed based off of what I just read. And I don't want to do that this year. I really, 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 really want to be able to read a book all the way through and have my own opinion and not an opinion that was already kind of in the back of my mind. As you can see, I enjoy buying books, but a lot of the times I buy books because it's what the Joneses are doing. It is a book that someone loved with their whole entire heart and their whole entire soul. And I get it, but my wallet is getting tired of it. So I think my goal for myself is to finish a book before I buy a book. So 1 for 1. And if I don't like the book, I'm not keeping it on my shelf. I am donating it. Because there's no point of keeping every single book if some of them I will never ever look at again. Somebody else might get joy out of it. There are a bunch of reading libraries in my town that I can take them to. I can donate them to Goodwill. I can donate them wherever. But I don't need them if I don't like them. So a book for a book is my new motto. Once I finish one, I can buy one is the goal. Unless it's already pre-ordered. Okay, can we talk about that? Because I already have some pre-order, and that's not fair to have to go through and delete it. That's just a lot of work, and you guys don't want me to be stressed, right? So besides pre-orders, a book for a book, 1 for 1. Lastly, I will be writing all up in my books in 2025. I will be highlighting, annotating, sticky noting, sticky tabbing. There was such a big argument about it where caused a divide almost, you could say. People were, I would never dog ear my book. I would never do that. It's a book at the end of the day. And if I'm enjoying it that much that I want to remember where certain things are and certain parts are, I'm going to do it. It's my book. It is not your book, and it shouldn't bother you if someone else does it or if they don't. So I'm going to be having the time of my life in my books this year and not care. That's kind of my main message with this video. I don't care. You shouldn't either. What I do with my books, what you do with your books, shouldn't matter to each other. Because you're not going to take my book and I'm not going to take your book. So if you don't want to dog ear, don't dog ear. But call me a Rottweiler, because woof woof, I'm dog earing. I'm highlighting, I'm writing, I'm scribbling, I'm coloring, I'm heart-eyeing, I'm hearting, whatever I need to do. Because if I am enjoying a book that much, I want to enjoy it. When I do reviews later on, sometimes I'm like, I give that 5 stars and I don't remember why. I gave that this many stars and I don't remember why. And because I don't immerse myself in the experience of reading it, where I'm highlighting and hearting and underlining, that will stick out to me later when I go to talk to you guys about them. So those are all my controversial hot takes, bookish things I won't be bringing into 2025. Let me know what you guys won't be bringing into 2025, or if you have a different opinion on something I said in the comments below. I will see you guys tomorrow in Bookmas Day 5.